So hi guys, it's been a minute, but thank God tumekutana tena. It's New Year, and this is season 2, first episode of Youth Baraza. As usual, I'll be your host Chunaa Salim, but today siko peke yangu kama kawaida, niko na wenzangu, niko na wageni. But first of all, I want to say thank you to each and everyone who has been with us the whole of last year, who has been subscribing, who has been supporting us in our social media platform, that is at Let's Voice Podcast, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. Kama kawaida, I want to take an opportunity kwanza and introduce wageni wetu, na hilo we are talking about materialistic effect. What is materialistic na in our generation? We are in a generation where we are living for the gram, kama wanavyosema. But first of all, let me introduce my guest. Ladies first. Karibu sana mama.
Thank you so much.
So kindly tell us what's your name and what you're doing.
Okay, so asante sana for this opportunity. My name is Melissa Njung'e. I come from Gender Violence Recovery Center. I practice as a psychologist, and I'm very passionate about young people and also their well-being and helping them become the best version of themselves.
Okay, thank you so much. Na karibu sana. On my left.
My name is Abdi Issa. I'm investment migration professional, specializing marketing. I study consumer behavior. I'm not a psychologist like Melissa, but I study marketing and consumer behavior and how that affects marketing, ethical marketing as well. So we have a company that serves high net worth individuals in terms of getting second passports, golden visas in Greece, Spain, Portugal, and Hungary.
Okay, thank you so much. Na karibu sana. I feel at home. Mama tuseme feel at office. Okay, today tunaongelea the psychological effect ya being materialistic. Lakini kuna mtu pale nje ambaye kwanza anataka ku understand the word materialistic. Maybe in my short knowledge, materialistic ni mtu ambaye tunasema ni vitu vya dunia sana sana. Not the spiritual part of it. Mtu kisema mtu ni materialistic, niseme mtu labda living large, ameka zile the fancy part of life kwanza. Kulingana na Melissa, unaelewa ni the term being materialistic?
Materialistic and also materialism, from my understanding, is it's mostly also a personality of craving the need to have a lot of things such as wealth or money or even just a luxurious lifestyle. That's what I understand about materialism. Yes.
Abdi, on your side?
Yeah, so I would say materialism is you prioritize possessions more than anything else, and the whole purpose of your existence is driven by having more. And people say the disease of having more, and all the behaviors and everything that you do is driven by possessions, having more money, having more possessions in terms of, if we say luxury stuff, if it's ladies, handbags, if it's gents, more clothes, trying to have the latest gadget, iPhone 15, 16, 17, 18, whatever it is. And they say in the Western world, catching with catching with the latest trend, or do they say moving with the Kardashians?
Keeping up with the Kardashians.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point of view of materialism.
Okay, mimi nauliza, kwani kupenda vitu vizuri vya dunia ni mbaya?
It's not bad. Si mbaya. Lakini kuna a level where if it's too extreme, it can mess with you in terms of how you relate with people. Ukikuwa kazini, because you're always striving for more, you're not satisfied. So that's an effect that inaweza kwa, but si vibaya. Kupenda vitu mzuri. Yes.
Nitajuaje kama nimefikia ile extreme ambayo sasa inakuwa mbaya? Nitajuaje kama sasa penye nimefikia Chunaa hapa sasa umekuwa too much? Now, even when dating ama getting married, mtu anakuambia mimi sitaki mwanamke ambaye iko materialistic. Sasa mtu utajuaje ule ubaya sasa? Utajuaje kama mimi kwenye nimefikia mahali pabaya sasa being materialistic?
It becomes an addiction. It just looks like an addiction. Maybe if you don't have the latest gadget or the latest fashion trend, it actually affects you, your well-being, happiness. You get more anxious. You become depressed. And actually nowadays, even there are therapy programs that are actually geared towards people who have the minds of being materialistic. And it takes a long time actually. And it does not only affect you, it also affects your spouse as well. If you have kids, it also affects your kids as well, because your children are going to observe whatever that they are doing. If you are always, after possessions, every billboard that you see, you want to buy that latest car, whether it's BMW or, Toyota. It gets to you, and it reaches to an extent whereby someone will get into huge debt. And actually we have seen that people get into loans instead of getting loans from the banks and investing in business or investing in professional development. Their main motivation is actually buying more, and it will reach to the point whereby if you don't have the ability or the capacity to cater for all these expenses, you got into more debt. And then if you have a mortgage, your house will definitely be closed. Your kids will be out of school. I mean, I would say materialism can be very addictive. Yeah.
Okay. Melissa, we're in a generation where we are, as Abdi said, we are keeping up with. We have youth outside there.
Yeah.
Jobless, hawana kazi, but still mtu anataka kukua kwenye ile trend ya nini. So there is youth out there ambaye mtu ana being materialistic. Any mtu haelewi kama he or she is materialistic. But then yuko katika hiyo trend. Pengine mtu mnamwambia nini?
They've said that it's something that inaweza kuwa addictive, and you find they can get into either organizations or jobs that some are not legal, just to get that money and to live that lifestyle. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they usually say. But and we're living, the way you've said, we're living in a society where right now kutafuta kazi na upate, it's like a miracle, because you are applying, you're trying to find jobs, so you find others might do either side hustles or entrepreneurship. So I would advise the young people right now to be open-minded in terms of work. Right now, you find someone who, let's say, went to school and learned stuff about learning. They're baking and they're making so much money in terms of what they're doing right now. So I would advise them to have an open mind and also to be satisfied with what they have at the moment. Because when materialism comes, when you are not satisfied, you keep on wanting more and more and more to keep up. So being satisfied and also being open-minded in terms of things, like in terms of getting jobs and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, Abdi. We people have families. Kama una watoto, una ndugu zako na kila kitu. But then sasa when we talk about kulelea watoto, the aspect ya mzazi, yale maisha ambayo unampatia mtoto, ndio to avoid mtoto asikuwe materialistic, mtoto asingie katika hiyo maisha kwamba anataka iPhone, bado ni mdogo nini na nini. Talk about hiyo mzazi sasa, kulea mtoto, ana mzazi kule ile materialism katika familia.
Actually if you have realized, actually one of the famous YouTubers or top YouTubers in the world is a kid. And the reason is more children having devices as young as 5 years old, as young as 4 years old. And actually those are the mistakes the parents make, giving an iPad or phone to the kid when they're still young. And what happens is, when you give your child a device when they're still young, that means excuse me, that means kids will access more advertisements. There's a multi-million industry that targets children only. So as long as they are watching cartoons or what do they call this, cartoon Cocomelon.
Cocomelon.
Yeah, and so after every 15 minutes or 10 minutes, they get an advert about sweets, an advert about a toy. And what happens is when you go to the supermarket to do your shopping, and the kids are walking, across the aisle, or they are with you, then definitely they will go for what they have seen in the advertisement. Because let's say if a child lives in the village and you take them to the supermarket, definitely they don't know about those toys. They won't say, "Mama or Daddy, can I buy this?" But when kids are exposed to more advertisement, they will grow with that. As time goes by, they become teenagers, and teenagers, most of the time, what is important to them is shoes and clothes, right? And still they have the phone, so they will see more expensive clothes, more expensive shoes, more expensive laptops and gaming, and definitely they will want that. And guess who's going to cater for that? The parent, either the mother and the father. If the mother is not working, the father will be the main victim for that. But I have also seen parents actually that made the decision of not giving any device to their children until they reach the age of maturity, that they say, okay, this child can handle a mobile phone, and that's maybe around 13 years, 14 years. And actually, Australia banned mobile devices from the children below 15 years old. Yeah, and the reason is it creates anxiety, it leads to depression, because it also creates ADHD as well. You'll find children spending most of the time on the phone, and then what happens is the content that they are watching is designed to be consumed in a short span of time. So they cannot read well. And the other day I was reading an article that says the graduates that don't read. And basically what that means is people are in school just to pass the exams, and after the exams it's done. They don't read anymore. They just go, let's say Gen Z, not millennials. Yeah, so that actually has a huge effect, and the parents need to be aware. If you give access to your kids to these devices, they will need more. They will be stressed more, and actually, it also creates some unrealistic expectations, and some kids are actually in illusion. There was a viral video of a young boy in India, around 17, 16, I guess. And the father saved some money. He pressured the father so much that the father actually saved the money and was buying him an iPhone 15. And actually, the reason the video went viral was immediately the boy got the phone, the father's expressions really changed, because you could see the way he was looking at the boy in a very sad expression. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Melissa, do you think social media influence materialism?
Yes, it's a very big influence in terms of materialism, because these days we are living in a world and a society of consumerism. Like my colleague is saying, everyone wants the newest iPhone, the newest shoes, the newest everything. Even us as, let's say, the young people, and also women and men. Men get so excited when they find a friend has bought a really nice car.
Yeah.
And or women are like, she went to this place, went for a staycation, and she's on Instagram posting and everything. So you find in the past or some years back, when social media wasn't really that like how it is right now, you might find that the consumerism and the materialism wasn't that much. But these days, we are shown things. We are always constantly on our phones. We even have now these days, people are developing something called technique. Your neck, because you're constantly always on the phone. So you find people and manufacturers have realized that that's how you get money. Advertising what you have, making it look so luxurious. Everyone is having it. Influencers are being paid to talk about a product that they don't even use, some of them. So you find that social media has a really, really big impact, and we are not seeing it at the moment because we are so engrossed in it. Sometimes when you step back and you look at, oh, this is actually happening, or you look around like, did I actually need this? That because I saw it was being advertised and so said it was good, I bought it. But am I using it?
A good example is ile stand ya TV. Kila mtu ako nayo. Iko white, kila nyumba ukiingia, kila mtu stand ya TV. Na simply because niliona Melissa amepost sitting room yake inakaa vizuri.
Yes.
Okay.
So it has a huge impact on materialism, social media.
Sasa tuta-avoid vipi na we are living in a digital world? Ni sisi tujikanye, tujieke limit kwa sababu unajua it's inaonekana simple but it is not simple. Kwanza sababu mpaka sasa hakuna mtu ambaye hajaingia online. Of course kila mtu ameingia online kwanza mke.
Exactly.
So there is that extent ambao unafikia unasema hapa pamefikia. Imeni consume sana that I'm not even okay. Good example ni mtu mwana kitu online unataka. Alafu kuna ile the mtu unaenda beyond. Kama umesema mtu unakopa, unachukua loan. Vitu hata utaki. I once bought inaitwa air fryer.
The air fryer.
Niona kila mtu ako nazo kwa nyumba. Funny things sijawahi kutumia. Hiyo pressure sasa kwamba alafu sasa in the realistic world sasa of being materially si kitu mbaya. We all want a good life. Kila mtu anataka maisha mazuri. But then nafikia extent unaona hapa hapana sasa.
Right.
Let's talk about the reality ya being materialism, your effect sasa. Mtu ushajua sasa mimi am being affected. Mtu anatokaje?
Actually, so actually the first step is just the awareness. Okay, I have this problem. So what's the next step? I mean, there are people who can help you, whether it's a psychologist or psychotherapist. But before that, I think you need to do some self-control. And that's actually, there are some apps that you can use. If you want to deal with your phone addiction, they will log you out. You time yourself 30 minutes, 40 minutes. You want to get something done. You lock your phone. And you can only open after 30 minutes. That's number one, if it's the social media addiction. And if it's something to do with materialism, I think you need to ask yourself what's driving this issue. Is it a void that you are trying to fill in? Is it unhappiness? Is it something wrong with your life? I mean, people have got their own issues. Some people are in an unhappy marriage. Some people have got sick parents. Some people have gone into they have got trauma. So now instead of dealing with that, they feel that gap with buying more, looking for happiness and chasing for happiness. So if you recognize that, the remedy is to sit down with a psychologist or psychotherapist and, talk about your problem. But if you don't want to spend more on services, I think the best way to read is to read online, the self-help books available, and also find out, write down your values. What do I value more? What's my purpose? I mean, in Islam, we believe that we are here in this world to worship Allah and to serve Allah, I mean, people need to know. And by the way, as someone who is in a marketing, actually, your weakness is always packaged. you have a problem physically, the companies and individuals will try to exploit that. Yesterday, I saw an ad, and most of the time, unfortunately, women are the victims. Yeah. So the advertisement was showing a photo. Half of the face is pimples and some facial issues, and the other one was clean one. And what are they advertising? They are actually advertising an app. So they're saying download this app. Instead of going to the doctor or using lots of makeup, use this app. Whenever you take a photo, use this app and it will clean out.
Oh, filters on Snapchat.
Yes.
Yeah. You see, so they are exploiting the weakness that you got. And now there's this trend of everybody has to be slim and thin until the wind will carry you. And actually that is something that we are getting from advertisement. They will exploit, the weaknesses that you got so that you buy. So actually, you just have to ground yourself and say, okay, why do I need this? Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Melissa, sisi wanawake tumeambiwa sisi, Abdi amesema sisi ndio victim wa kwanza. But then there are our influencers. Do you think they're the one that are pushing us? As you said earlier, kuna mtu ambaye ana advertise product, let's say skincare, mtu akajatumia, lakini simply because mtu amelipwa, inabidi advertise. Ni kwamba tuna shida ya pesa, ama we are influencing because influencing now it's a career stroke a job. And why do you think mtu anaweza influence kitu ambacho unafanya mtu mpaka mtu ende to an extent of using that thing wewe mwenyewe ujani, ama you are portraying a picture ambayo or living a life? Tumeona watu wengi sana, mtu ambaye after 2-3 mtu anafungua WhatsApp group, mtu anaomba msaada. Miaka ya nyuma mtu alikuwa ana live expensive, anatulisha the material that person is having. Kwa nini sasa mtu afanye vile? Our influencers that they are playing big role.
Yes. The story and background of influencers is something that is so new. And even the current influencers, yes, imekuwa kazi, imekuwa job, that I'm an influencer, I'm a YouTuber, I'm an Instagram, those kind of things. And there's no handbook yenye inasema unafaa kufanya hii na hii. Nila you're learning on the job. So you might find there's those genuine influencers when you wanasema that I've used this product from let's say last week, and this is how, like, let's say for skincare. There's one for Nivea that I was seeing, and it was really hyped. And one thing that really made me wonder about this skincare is all the influencers are saying, so this is how I was some few weeks ago, and it's working so well. And then after all that, they find there's a disclaimer that if it doesn't work, you can return it to the store and we'll refund you.
Right.
So I was like, but you guys are saying that it's working. And it works. This is how I was before. This is how I am now. So someone who is not attentive and someone who doesn't understand that hii ni mtu ako kazi, they are just looking for money. You'll find they'll just fall into that trap. Akona Nivea, akona Garnier, akona La Roche, all of them.
Mtu mmoja ama anakuja trend kuanzia January mpaka December ame advertise 12 skincare products. Yes.
So you find they're working. They need that money. They're looking for that money. But as a consumer, it's important for them to realize that you need to only take what is suitable for you. Yes, because the influencers, if they're brought for deals, they'll take the one that has the highest bidder. And I don't think right now there's anything that is governing influencing as a career. There's no law. Like, you see how there's ethics in every profession. Maybe they follow ethics of journalism or something like that, but there's nothing currently set on stone that if you're an influencer, you do this. So ataambiwa leo advertise Royco.
Yeah.
The next time she's advertising something else that is similar to Royco, but because this one has more money, they will do it. So as a consumer, it's being wise and being very decisive on what you want and what you actually need at that time.
Okay, you're taking a short break. We'll be right back. During the break, we were talking about the social life, the influencing life, nani. Mimi nauliza tu kwani ni kuna that part of being kutakalia maisha mazuri ndio mtu akute materialistic. Mtu utakuwa unatia bidii. Mimi according to mimi naona kama mbe mtu ile being materialistic inakuforce sasa ufanye bidii. Si mbaya sana, si ndio?
I think there's a positive side of yes. The positive side of materialism is what you're saying, that people wanakuwa na hiyo push to work hard to be the best that they can so that they can get these items and materials that they want to have. And it's a good thing in a kumotivate. But it reaches a point where you can experience something called burnout.
What is that?
Burnout is where you get extremely tired, and it's mostly because, let's say, either of work or just you're tafuta pesa. So you experience so much tiredness. You're so tired, and you find that when you get to a point of experiencing burnout, unaachilia kila kitu. Either you isolate yourself, you withdraw yourself, you go through social media, you're seeing all those things that you're working hard for other people have. Yeah. Why not me? It even leads to low self-esteem. Because let's say you have, you're in a group of friends and all of them have this,
luxury life.
Yes. Their homes, ziko na hiyo TV console. Yeah. But yours doesn't look like theirs. And now you're afraid to even invite them to your place because of what will they say. So you might isolate yourself or withdraw. That low self-esteem. There's so many aspects that come with materialism that are very quite negative. When you look on the positive side, it's okay. But even if
ni negative. At the end of the day, it exhausts. Means zote za kutafuta pesa, by the way. Just to keep up. Unafanya kazi, unafanya side hustle, lakini bado unataka ile lifestyle ambayo hauna. Una exhaust means zote. Naenda kuchukua loan, unakuwa mwizi, unakuwa muongo. Unakuta mtu unaniko kwa social media. Tunamdai 100,000. Nilichukua nikanunua TV kubwa na mimi nataka keep up. Amisa amesema the man behind the camera tuongele when it comes to relationship ama marriages.
Right.
Materialist kunapata bibi anataka maisha ambayo bwana haizi ku afford. Ama mimi ni bibi na force watoto wangu wasome Elite Academy, yet my husband can afford hii ya kawaida katikati sasa.
Right.
What is your take on that? You are supposed to like the extra.
Yeah.
I mean,
actually, so I mean, if you're a lady if you want to live in a mansion, you want to have a latest abaya, 100K abaya from Dubai, you need to have you need a pink BMW. Look for that guy. Look for that guy. But you see, sometimes there's unrealistic life that the social media shows us, and actually you'll realize whether they are mini celebrities or whether they're influencers. I can say 80% of that life is actually fake. It's just for the cameras, right? You will see someone, they're in a vacation in a certain resort, but they are not in vacation actually. They went there for the day. They call it staycation. They hire the photography and everything else. They take photos, they take videos. They pretend that they're in a vacation, but they are not. Some people have got cars, but those are rented cars, or they lease the cars. So actually, it's always live within your means. If you want to be in a realistic life, then I mean, just plan for that. But if you want more, get that guy. If you cannot, then support someone. The ladies don't agree with that. Yeah, so you see, our parents actually, and that's why actually nowadays you see the divorce rate is very high among millennials and Gen Z. And the reason is unrealistic expectations. People don't know what marriage actually is. They all think that it's some fancy, shiny object, you know. And actually, it's out of frustration because before you marry, you see this guy, he's very rich, showing all this life, but when you come to the house, there's nothing. And actually, that is creating unrealistic expectations. I mean, the person is not being authentic. And why are they doing that? Just to attract that person. But if you're realistic, I mean, if you're realistic, you just, you are just going to find the right person. You know?
But sasa hiyo unagatia dem umwambie sina nakutaka lakini sina pesa.
Actually, as a man, if you don't have money, you should not look for a woman. Yeah, you see, because wewe mwenyewe yani you don't have anything, you cannot take care of yourself. Sasa utaangalia vipi mtoto wako?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, mwanzo if you don't have a job and you are living with your parents, don't marry. It does not matter what kind of work that you want to do or what kind of work you are going to do. Look for any job. If you are a graduate, you don't have to, if you are an IT graduate, you don't have to wait for a job for 2-3 years. I mean, I have seen people who are graduates, they're engineers. I know I have a friend who is a economist, but he looked for a job, he never find it. Actually, right now, he's in agriculture, and actually he's making more money than people who are in corporate world, making millions. Yeah. So I mean, just leave your means once you can afford. Yeah. Then if you cannot, bro, just stay at home. Wait.
Melissa, because we know we want that good life.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your spouse. Hawezi kukeep up maisha. Are you the one who's supposed to know yourself to accommodate him? Your standard ndio asikuite materialistic ama afa aongeze when it comes to spouses sasa. Yeye ndo ajiongeze ama wewe ndo ujishukishe ndo asikuite materialistic?
Like let's say in a situation where they're already married.
Let's say you're married.
It comes, okay, the way you're saying, marriage is an interesting time right now. It's an interesting companionship to be in this century because we have the option of living. It's not like how it was.
The door is always open.
Yes, like these days you're told if you pick a point where you don't like being with him or she does this and you don't like it, there's always a way out. There's always, you separate, there's co-parenting, and when you're co-parenting, you also find another spouse. So it becomes blended families. There are very many blended families right now. So in a situation where, let's say, someone is married and the finances are not really stable or something of that sort, it's about coming into a mutual understanding with your spouse. Because there's so many marriages which are surviving on a woman's money that you wouldn't even know. Because there are so many. And the man obviously can't say she's the one doing that. And she obviously wants to hide that shame of being the provider in that family. And it's something that's really coming up. It wasn't there in the past. In the past, men and fathers knew that they're supposed to be providing. But we're living in an age where women are also working. Women are earning more than men. Yes. So it's all about coming into a mutual understanding of, so this is how we are financially. And if it's something that we need to work, obviously it's not going to, not like the woman financing it, and then the man obviously will be like, but she has this, she's got this. No, it's all about being wise in making such decisions. Because you might find you married this man and he was so rich. He had everything. Then God knows what happens in the middle. Pesa zikaanza kuisha. And he has sustained your lifestyle for so many years. But right now... atakukubali ama atapata mwingine sasa. Is it like there's so many aspects. So you find that when it comes to marriage and mambo na the finances and materialism, discussion, communication and comprehension is really important in such situations. That is.
So someone phone me kwenye bed sitter. Anataka kunioa. Nikimwambia tuende one bedroom. Niko materialistic.
No, you're pushing him to become the best version.
Abdi. Umenipata naishi bed sitter. Nataka tuishi maisha mazuri. Unajua we come from families ambazo wengine hatuko na TV. So mimi nataka sitaki watoto wangu waishi maisha ambayo mimi niliishi. I want to give my kids the best life ambayo mimi sikuipata.
Absolutely.
So telling my man ya kwamba anataka I'm pushing him to kuwa na maisha mazuri ya watoto. Lakini why would someone label me as a materialistic?
That person is actually labeling people materialistic because they are trying to just manipulate the situation. Okay, so if you are living in if you found you in a bed sitter and you want to move to a 2-bedroom in a nice neighborhood, actually that's not being materialistic. You see, men always have the woman that they want to marry in their head. They always have the qualities that they need. How should women look like, you know? Although mostly we don't look at the physical aspect, it's mostly about the behavior and the character and everything. Women also need to have the same thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with finding someone who is, you know, who can give you the better life that you need. Because whether it's the beginning of every year, we always have goals, and that also includes having the goals and the spouse that you need. What do they look like exactly? How much are they earning? I mean, there's nothing wrong to say, I need a man who's earning this certain of amount. They have certain life, quality of life. There's nothing wrong with that. And you're not materialistic. And actually, you should never, ever lower your standard when it comes to when it comes to looking for a man or a woman. Because what happens is once you lower your standard because of the pressure from your parents, you are just going to end up in the wrong marriage. Or sasa mimi nataka kuolewa, or mimi I just want to marry because of the pressure of the society. You should not marry because of the pressure from the society. You should marry because you want to, and you have a target and you have a goal. So I mean, it's not really being materialistic if you are going for a certain standard. But what is materialistic is, you know very well that what you are asking for is not necessary in that marriage. Confano, you go to a certain furniture store. There are different standards and pricing. I mean, you don't have to go for a bed that costs 400,000. You know? Expensive. I mean, even I have seen rich guys, wealthy guys who are not going for that. So why should you not go for 100K bed? What's wrong with that? So if you're going actually and buying things that are not necessary and it's just excess, it's materialistic. In Islam, we say it's israf. You are just having more of what you cannot use. Living in a house, that has many rooms that you are not accommodating, as my friend said earlier.
Melissa, kwenye generation ambayo we're trying to fit in. Let's say you're working and not working. And then says Melissa is driving, I have to keep up with her simply because she's my friend. But it reaches a point where urafiki, it is exhausting. We're talking about the friendship, the social relationship part of it. How do you think materialism ina affect urafiki hiyo kitu kama hiyo? Because I want to fit in na maisha ya Melissa is driving, Melissa is living good, anaishi Nyali, mimi naishi tu hapa, but then urafiki unaisha. We are losing good friends, we are losing good friendships simply because we cannot fit in a certain cycle.
When it comes to friendships, it's usually quite sensitive, because let's say, what is the thing that brought you guys together to be friends? If you are, this friendship stemmed from, let's say, going out, going to the best places, doing this nice fancy things.
Those are hidden gems.
Those ones. Yes, those ones of get ready with me, come with us to this hidden gem. And there is no other kind of communication, or hakuna ile bond ya urafiki in such friendships are very much bound to fail when the person who is, let's say, not earning the same amount or is trying to fake it to fit in that friendship. It can bring so much low self-esteem as a person, because you're like, why is it that them they have and me I don't have? Or even sometimes you become depressed because they have things that you really desire to have and you don't have them, and you don't want to start borrowing because you don't want to look like you that, and you also don't want to get into debt. But unapata hiyo urafiki kama haijaanzia from a place where it is genuine, that we are friends not because of what you have or what I have or something of that sort, it can grow. But if it's such a friendship where it's materialistic, literally, of me I got this, even me I got this one,
you have to find outfits, transport,
makeup, you have to find everything for that day, and you don't even have all that. Unapata the moment these friends who are also materialistic realize that kumbe you even knew you're faking it, they'll just be like, hapo ndio nasema when people start a new year wanasemanga nini?
Tunamkato.
Yes.
Unakuta fake friends.
Unaona, unasikia tu yule alipost status, unasema status gani? Kwa nini mimi sijaona? Hata unaoni profile picture kama umekuwa blog.
Umekuwa kato.
So bad. So you find such friendships, for them to be sustainable, they have to be genuine. And also be friends with people who are there for you, and they're there for you, and you're there for them, and you have a genuine part of why you guys decided to be friends. It have to be because of huyu anakuanga na anapenda hizi, so acha nikue rafiki yake, labda anonekana. And also people who are, what I don't know how to, sijui jina gani inakuanga, like kwa sababu huyu ako na do, acha nikue rafiki yake.
Situation tuliambiwa, if you work with 2 millionaires you'll be the next millionaire.
Yeah, absolutely, but that's true as well.
Sasa si mimi natembea na iPhone, I'm manifesting. Na manifest kwa iPhone baby, because now I'm working with 3 friends who are having iPhones.
I mean, some people are actually selfish and opportunistic, but you see, even religion-wise, you should befriend good people. And when you are told good people, in modern times, they think someone who has a lot of money, someone who's rich. I mean, you can be friends with someone who is rich, more well off, but at the same time, that's an individual who is rotten morally. They have all these habits, drug issues, relationship issues, whatever it is. So when it comes to picking friends, it's always going for friends that have got good behaviors, good characters. That's what we need to look at. But there's a difference between friendship. Okay, we can categorize friendships as well. There is a friendship based on business, and the most genuine friendship is the ones friends that you met in high school or primary school or university, or your neighbors. That's a friendship that came from out of genuine situations. You bonded together, you went through a lot. I mean, you are neighbors, but you're also like brothers and sisters. Yeah. And then there's a friendship that comes out of business and mutual agreements. You met this person in a business setting and you became friends. So you will realize that such situations, maybe if both of you were millionaires that met that time, you became friends. If one of you becomes broke, or they lose more money in business and then they downgrade, most likely that friendship won't last, because that means now fitting in, going to the same clubs that you're going to. And I don't mean clubs where people go to drink. I'm talking about golf clubs or society clubs, because high membership, you can no longer go to those places. If you had a car, you sold the car, now you are a passenger. Such friendships won't last. So friendships based on materialistic aspect actually don't last. But those ones that we met in that neighborhood, it came out of genuine situations, it really lasts longer, and it is a lifetime. And we have seen that actually. And even you will see this, even celebrities in Kenya, social media, will see two celebrities are friends, and then one of them, loses their job, they become depressed, they are no longer living in Lavington, they are living in a different neighborhood, and then you will realize that person, all of a sudden they are abusing drugs, and you will ask yourself, okay, when this person was working for this media house, or this person when they were a news anchor, they had all these friends that they were having photos with, going out with, associating with, laughing with them and everything. Where are these people? Then you realize that was not a genuine friendship. It was based on, in that setting,
what you can offer that time.
You are friends because of the workplace, because of having a common profession. You no longer have that. You cannot offer any value to them. So their value is based on material. You are not wealthy, so you cannot give us any value. But if it's a genuine friendship, no matter, even if you are abusing hard drugs, that friend will reach out and put you in a rehab, definitely, if it's a genuine friendship.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are winding up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tunamaliza statement zenu za mwisho. Sasa mtu afanyeje? Acha kwa materialistic, mtu ajipusha, atafute pesa, ama mtu afanyeje? Sasa kuna mtu pale nje ambaye umesikiza Melissa, na maybe depressed, you had a friend, you didn't fit in, relationship imeisha, friendship imeisha, lakini shida ni kwamba unataka maisha ambayo uko unapata. What can you tell that person?
What I can say as a parting shot, materialism is something that itakuwa na sisi, it's something that's constantly going to be there, but live within your means and know why you're doing things. Don't do things that are going to mess you up, and you already know they're going to mess you up, because you've already seen the lifestyle of, let's say, some friends who you're with. They go partying every weekend, they're rarely at home, and some of them even have children, but they have nannies at home. They can afford a nanny. But let's say you have a child at home, you don't have a nanny, you can't afford one, but you want to keep up with that. It affects so many things that you cannot see right now. So what I can say is live within your means. It's not bad to want the finer things in life, but if you want to have those, give it your best. And as you give it your best, don't be so hard on yourself. You know your limit. You know when you can get to a point where you're saying, I feel a bit tired and maybe I need a break. Take that break, continue working and finding what you need. But for now, and just in that aspect of materialism, make it something that you are striving towards, but don't be so obsessed with it to the level of it interferes with your day-to-day life.
Okay, thank you so much. Abdi, your parting shots.
I would just say, the same as Melissa said, is always live within your means. work hard for the life that you want, and don't put yourself a lot of pressure. When you plant a tree, it takes time, it takes years, that tree to grow, and your life should be the same. Don't put yourself into a pressure just because your friend is driving a car or is having a good life because of their parents or money that they inherited. Work hard for yourself, grow pole, take your time, and live within your means, and then inshallah one day you'll reach the life that you want to get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and that marks the end of our session today. Kama kawaida, do not forget to follow our social media platform, Instagram, kila mahali ni @LetsRead Podcast. I've been your host, Chunaa Salim. Until next time, bye bye.